Hello, this is a support video for Creative Soloing 1, and we're dealing with triads and target notes. The triads are the three notes that make up a chord. In the key of G, we have the 7 notes, okay? I'm just starting on F sharp for this particular shape. But the 7 notes, if we started on the G note, would be G, A, B, C, D, E, and F sharp, okay? So what we want to talk about is targeting notes of a particular chord. So if we're playing over a G chord, then our target notes are going to be G, B, and D. And in the shape, they show up here, like that. So it kind of outlines the chord. So what we're going to do is we're going to play for a while and end all of our notes, or all of our lines on a G note. So we're either ending here, here, or here. Okay? So I'll play a G chord with the keyboard and have a listen that way. Okay? So that is how we target the G note, or the one note in the chord G, or triad. And by the way, we call them triads because they're just 3 notes. Okay? And the next thing we want to do is target the next note, or B. So we have a B here and a B here. So all of our lines need to resolve to that or this. Okay? And again, this is just a way of practicing it or exercising this concept. So that would be targeting B. And then for D, we find them here. So our line would resolve to a D note when we practice that. Again, we'll go with G. So we have targeted the triad of G, or the 3 notes, G, B, and D. So what happens when we move to another chord? Let's say we play the D chord. Well, we do the same thing. The target notes of the D chord are D, F sharp, and A. So in this shape we have we have F sharp, and then A, and D, and F sharp, and A, and D, and F sharp, and A. Now we're not going to worry about targeting all 3 because we can only target one at a time, so we may as well practice it that way. So we're going to target D first. So it's the same D under the same fingers in the same place as we had before. So playing your line over G and resolving to a D note, you can do the same lines playing over D, resolving to the D note. But it'll sound different because D is a different place in that chord. Okay? So I'll play for a bit in G over the G chord, resolving to a D note, and then I'll change the chord to D so that you can hear how this changes. Okay? Okay? So you hear how that D note changed its sound even though it was still a D note because of our surroundings being different. Instead of playing over a G chord, then we were playing over a D chord. Different function. Okay? So the other note was F sharp. Okay? So we'll listen to those. Then the A. Okay, so that's how that works. And we want to explore that with the G, the C, and the D chords in the key of G. And you can use your key sheet to find the corresponding notes that go with each of those chords by just starting with the letter name of the chord, meaning if we start with G, we start with the G note, and we skip one note and go to the next, which would be B. And then after that, to find the third note in our triad, we would start with that B, where we just left off, skip the next note, which would be C, and get to that note after it, which is D. So we have G, B, and D. For the C chord, we have C, we skip the D and get E, skip the F and get G. So those are our three notes, C, E, and G. D has D, F sharp, and A, because we're skipping the E and we're skipping the G. Okay? So that's how you find the triads.